Hi. Just bear with me. Sorry. Okay. Hello, everyone. How are you guys? So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for tuning in this glorious day. So I'm Nisa. I'm your co-host today. We'll be touching base, snippets of our background before we get to the interview with our main speaker. So I think we'll just give one more minute before we start and get everyone streamed in. Start. So let me just introduce myself. Bear with me. So I'm Nisa. I'm based in Melbourne. I'm a stroke nurse consultant in a hyperacute tertiary hospital in Melbourne since 2009. I'm a mother of two. I've just given birth to my son, who is 6 weeks old yesterday. So I have been searching for a business opportunity for quite some time before I was introduced to this company by my good friend Shahira, who was actually a bank relationship manager. So I love the flexibility, the vast opportunity to scale it globally and something that I can do around my growing family. Hence, that's how I began my entrepreneurship journey. Now, the reason why all of you are here is because the person who has invited you into this talk must have piqued your interest in entrepreneurship. Why this is the right time for you to begin this journey? So Forbes has featured several times in the span of 1 year, even yesterday, that the time is now. So who are we? We partnered ourselves with Nu Skin. Nu Skin was founded 37 years ago. We are in 54 countries and our niche is all about anti-aging. The best thing about this company, we have third-party validation. Now, talking about anti-aging, our scientists in Nu Skin has invested greatly into being innovative towards beauty and wellness. Nu Skin has patented the age-lock technology that focus on age-defying products. We were also featured in Discovery Channel for our genetic science breakthrough. Isn't it amazing? Now, our scientists are able to identify how our gene expression at different stage of our life. So when we are young, the green color map our young gene expression. And as we grow older, things starts to slow down. Our metabolism, our body starts to grow wider, bolder, simply because our age increased. Now, but this can change. You can feel and look younger when you consume and using our age-lock proprietary blend. Now, when you do, your gene expression will reset 92% of it towards a more youthful gene expression pattern. So these are our age-lock anti-aging products, and we have generated over $10 billion since the launch of the Galvanic Spa back in 2009. Now, on top of that, we are also awarded #1 at home beauty device, so by Euromonitor. So that is already amazing to put in our business portfolio. Now, let's zoom in on what we have. We pride ourselves with our devices that are able to give the ultimate home spa experience. Let's zoom in with one of them. So first up is the age-lock Spa, a device that purifies your skin daily. Next is the age-lock Me. It is a customized device that gives a formulated skincare regime for your skin. Next is the Galvanic Spa, my personal favorite. It is small yet mighty, but it nourishes and treats your skin weekly. And the next one is the age-lock Boost that was launched 2 months ago. So this device gives you the glow that you want daily. So let's look into each other item. First up is the age lock. Like I mentioned, it is a device that purifies your skin day and night. It gives you a deep pore cleansing. It has 7 skin benefits. This is a consumer before and after picture of after using a LumiSpa. Her skin has reduced line, smaller pores, lighter skin tones, smoother face, reduced laugh line, and lesser blackheads. That's amazing. Next one, it is actually a Lumi Eye, as in it's just an attach to the LumiSpa that you would have for that. And what it does, it targets your eye bag, puffy eyes, and dark circles. It's softened, smooth, and instantly promotes radiance around the eyes. This is one of the consumer that is happy with our product. Look at her, how radiant she can be with that products. Next is our Age Lock Boost. It is a daily instant boosting. So what it does, it lightens dark spot, it improves your skin tone, and because of that, the clinical analysis have shown so much improvement when one is using the boost. It gives you radiance, it gives you texture, skin tone evenness, bounce, plump, and also firmness. So let's see the difference when one is using boost on one side of the face. If you can see in there, it's instantly restore your youth, plumper skin, bouncier skin, and brighter skin. This is also another consumer. Look at her skin. It has definitely improved her skin tone brightness, isn't it? Next is it also targets the dark spots. It brighten up definitely in March 2021 for this consumer. Now, this one, like I said, it is my personal favorite. It's small but mighty. And what it does, it has 5 functions. It targets your face. It gives you an iron wrinkle face for your body, for your cellulite, and also for your hair. This is another consumer. She's 60 years old. She used Galvanic Spa. She also used LumiSpa on the October 2020. And after, that is her improvement. That's amazing, isn't it? Look at her skin. This is what you would get when you use these 2 or 3 or 4 of our products. You will be useful. Next, this is also another our age lock supplements. It's called, one of them is called TR90, and what it does, it transforms your body in 90 days, just one time, okay? And this TR90 is actually rated, no, we were awarded actually #1 weight management and well-being brand in Malaysia and Singapore, 3 years in a row. That's amazing. So this one is Grace. Grace is a mother of 2. She started the TR90 journey back in 2018. And then 3 months after, this is her transformation. And this is her currently. That's amazing. The age lock is actually just a one-time transformation and you will remain youthful. Next, this is Harold. Harold started his TR90 transformation back in December 2017. 3 months after, look at him. He loses fat. He has retained the muscles. You look at him, he looked quite ripped, isn't it? And that's just 3 months. Next, we have Jean. Jean is actually one of our speakers that we'll be interviewing today. She's a former tax consultant. This is her when she was just given birth to her baby boy. And then 3 months after, that is her transformation. That is amazing, isn't it? So last but not least, it's me. So that on the left is at my heaviest. I felt down, I can't lose weight at all. And then I transformed myself 90 days later. That is me looking, I think, fabulous. Don't you think so? So this is what we are here for, the entrepreneurship opportunity. So what is it in for you? We have the product. We have the booming market that needs this. So the technology and innovation are provided. The need is there. The opportunity is there for you to grab. When you have a phone, you can have this global distribution business through global networking, okay? So it's everywhere. How does Nu Skin compensate our business partner? We have the Velocity plan. And what it does, it power through 6th generation 5%. Okay, it starts with you. And then you find 5 friends to do this worldwide franchises business with you who would duplicate the system. Teach them how to do this business with you and imagine them duplicate to 5, 25, 125, and so on. Towards the end of it, you could have 20,000 franchisees under you. And how does Nu Skin compensate? It gives you 5% of the total business revenue from your franchisees. So it is anytime, anywhere. You starts with you. You will find your consumers who would love this product. And then there will be people who also want to franchise this business with you, grow the business with you. And that's how you grow them anywhere, anytime. Okay. And when you do that, imagine having 100 franchisees under you. Okay. 100 franchisees, Nu Skin can give you $15,000 US dollars per month. That is passive income, which is equivalent to $60,000 ringgit per month, also equivalent to $20,000 Singapore money per month. Okay, now here we are back to the main topic. It is to interview 2 of the business leaders. One of them is Dr. Taufik. He is currently a medical director of a medical center in Singapore. Next, we have Jean Po, who's also a former tax consultant with PwC. She's also a tax expatriate in Vietnam. But I'll pass the baton to Dr. Lam Yin Kiat, who is going to host this interview with them. And I'll just show you a background of Dr. Lam. So she, sorry, bear with me. So Dr. Lam Yin Kiat, she's a dental surgeon. She started her dental group at the age of 26. She also started her Nu Skin business a couple of years ago, okay? And she also has been featured in the Forbes magazine. And she's also featured in the Forbes magazine to feature her Nu Skin entrepreneurship journey. So let's welcome Dr. Lam Yin Kiat.
Okay, thank you so much, Nisa.
No problem.
Yeah, I think everybody, we should give Nisa a big applause because she did a very, very good sharing about our company. But a little bit about myself, right? I'm actually a dentist and I started my own business in my 20s. And the reason why I started to build a business called Nu Skin is because I started my own business and I realized that I could not get type of passive income that I was looking for. So I was looking for other platforms because at the end of the day, as a professional, as a dentist, I still sell time for money. And I didn't like the idea of that. I wanted to have that freedom, the ability to do things anywhere, anytime in the world. So today is not about me. I'm just going to be sharing and interviewing our 2 guest speakers for today. So first up, I'm going to invite Dr. Taufik, who's actually a medical doctor in Singapore. Hi, Taufik.
Hi.
Welcome. And I'm going to invite Jean. Okay. Jean, we cannot hear you though.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so Jean was a tax consultant with PwC. She was working in Vietnam previously and now back in Malaysia. So, shall we get started first? We ask Taufik first.
Sure.
Okay. So Taufik, can you share a bit of your background and how did you get involved with this business called Nu Skin?
Okay, all right. So first of all, thanks a lot to Dr. Lam and her team for inviting me today to share with you guys on this lovely afternoon. I don't know about where you guys are, but over here in Singapore, it's raining and it's a nice, cool afternoon on a Sunday where most of us would just be lazing at home or just spending time with your loved ones. So I couldn't think of a better place or a better time to spend than the beautiful people here so that I can share my experience and my journey with all of you. So I hope my sharing will benefit you guys. So with regards to the question was how I got started, right? So basically now I graduated in NUS Medical School in 2006. And during medical school, in fact, I was already I was thinking of finding something that could help me earn a bit more income, or finding something that I can actually earn a lot of money without having to do a lot of work. Don't we all love that, right? So during medical school student days, I was already this very dreamy and thinking about something like that, but I couldn't find it. But I read this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, which opened up my eyes to there's this possibility where, you know, being a doctor is not the way to go for what I'm looking for. So that opened up my eyes, but I kept it one side because I still couldn't find what I was looking for yet at the time. So as I started to work, I found that the medical doctor life wasn't as how to say beautiful as I thought. No, in my mind I was like, okay, I'm gonna earn a lot of money. I can have get all those things that you dreamed of when you were just a young little boy. But then the more I worked, the more I was I don't have time. In fact, the money wasn't that great for the amount of time I put in. And then I end up feeling more being more grumpy, short-tempered. I was fat, I was ugly, I was tired. I was like, what am I doing? What kind of life is this? And that's when I was introduced to this business through the first product, which is LifePack. LifePack was it's a multivitamin, antioxidant, and my sister was the one who introduced it to me. And in fact, I visited them for my twin sisters. I visited them for 2 years because I said, don't disturb me. I'm focusing on my career. I want to be a doctor. So after 2 years of bugging me, I decided, okay, let's just give them a chance. Just tell me what's the best product for me to start. One product first. And then when I tried LifePack, I was very impressed. It was so, it was really something that I never experienced before in terms of supplement. And the more I went into it, the more I fell in love with Nu Skin and the products. So that was how I started.
Okay. I think I'm going to get Jean first. So I can understand where you come from. A lot of people for Taufik, don't you think that a lot of people will say that, huh, you doctor, you feel you don't earn enough money, right? But we'll get back to that, okay?
Yes.
Right. So for Jean, you were an expatriate, you know, your career path was good. And what made you want to explore other things, you know, and why this business called Nu Skin of all things?
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Jean from Malaysia. Thanks for all of you tuning in from different parts of the world. I know people tuning in from Hong Kong, Australia, Indonesia, of course, Malaysia. All right, so why would I, explore something else at the height of my career? So I was with PricewaterhouseCoopers Malaysia into tax consulting for about 8 years then. And out of the 8 years, the last 2 years, I was seconded to Vietnam to build a tax business for PricewaterhouseCoopers Vietnam. So I was there for 2 years, and I came back to Malaysia in 2012. So very similar to what Taufik was talking about, So at that time, it was the height of my career. I can continue on as an expatriate or even partnership. But something was missing. I think it all started with a realization. At one point of that career, I started to ask myself, which I've never asked myself before. A lot of us, when we were chasing career, you are always so now. You're always looking at, wow, I want to do this. Get as much experience as I can. You're always chasing for something, right? And it can be the income. You're always looking now. You very rarely start thinking, hey, what am I building really in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years? So I started to ask myself, what am I doing here? So I was very cautious. I was purely selling time for money. I was not building any sort of asset-based kind of safety net for myself. And I was constantly reminding myself that this thing that I'm building or working on, right? It's not building. It has nothing to do with me at the end of the day. So I was very cautious. This thing can just disappear anytime. All right. And so it was very scary, that thought, because that thought was the time I realized I really needed a change. I needed to look for a solution, right? But exactly like what Dr. Taufik said, I don't know what. It felt like half of my life have sold to this job, building this career, that I don't know what else I can do. What's more, you talk about, entrepreneurship. That time was 10 years ago, right? You very rarely heard of the word entrepreneurship, right? So, but I was very cautious because I have been seeing how a lot of companies building business, and I come from a family who runs a franchise business. So at the back of my mind, I wanted to find 3 criteria in a business, all right? As simple as it sounds, I wanted a business that can be global. It has global reach. That's number 1. I don't know what, but I know I wanted this. Number 2, it has to be simple for me to start, easy. All right. And lastly, it has to earn a high profit proposition. All right. As simple as it sounds, why I keep saying this is because I think everyone wants a business like this, right? So it took me 1 year. I did 1 year search around, and I couldn't find a single business that meets these 3 criteria until one day I was introduced to look at a global franchise business by my cousin, who is a dental surgeon in Singapore, and it happened to be Nu Skin. And when I looked at the business plan, right, I was, wow, this is exactly what I've been looking for my whole life. That's how I started.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Just to qualify, Jean and I are not cousins, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think I just want to catch on to what you just talked about in terms of franchise. Before I get to Taufik, right? Jean, you talk about a franchise, and you came from a family business of franchises.
Yep.
And you say Nu Skin is something, I mean, we almost know Nu Skin is somewhat like a franchise business, right?
Yep.
And actually in 2018, you managed to grow by more than 20 franchises within a year in Nu Skin. So can you just point out some distinct differences between this Nu Skin and your traditional type, like your family type of franchise business? What's the difference between these type of franchises?
I think the biggest difference between a traditional business or a traditional franchise business versus a Nu Skin franchise business lies in this word called business system. All right, a system that can give you leverage. Today, seriously, anybody can start a business, right? But I remember someone once told me, if your business do not have a business system, it just can't grow. You can't go far, right? So I was attracted to the Nu Skin business system because it is very rarely you can find a global, seamless business, which means no boundaries. It is very rarely you can find. A lot of people talk about, oh, my business has an online system, but a lot of online business are very local. It's just you have a website doesn't mean you're globally seamless, right? So today, so when I look at it, if you don't have a system, you simply can't multiply and grow. And I was very cautious to look at a business system that can autopilot without you being there and can grow and multiply without you being there. And I simply can't see that in a typical traditional franchise business. I've seen my father running that franchise business, F&B, for 20 over years. I've not seen him stopping, right? So I was very cautious. There is no legacy in that kind of business. Right. So, and a traditional, so let me give you an idea. What is a traditional business system like? Heavy asset, heavy liability. That the moment you start, you are tied down. Okay, confirm. All right. Geographically bound, and the requirement to grow and multiply also means multiplying your risk and multiplying your investments. It goes without saying. All right. So this kind of system, to me, are very old schools and lack leveraging too. So when I look at the Nu Skin business system, it is totally opposite and gives you the kind of magnitude that's even better and further than a typical traditional business can ever give you, right? Example, zero liability, zero asset. If you really talk about asset, probably is a phone to start off with. That's about it, right? And multiply with no capital involved at all. What do I mean? In 2018, Dr. Lam has just mentioned, right? There's a new launch of the Lumi Spa. And within just 9 months, my organization grew 20 over new franchises at zero capital. I look back and I ask myself, if I were to build my family business, F&B, right? Can I build 9 franchise in 9 months? Can I build 20 over franchises in 9 months at zero cost? It is impossible, never heard of, right? So the essence today, when your friend invite you to come in and look at new skin business, really what they're inviting you is to look at the essence of the new skin franchise business lies in you building a global distribution network system that will autopilot and will reward your effort for the rest of your life in a form of compounding passive income.
Okay. Okay. So mainly what I got is virtually no cost,
No cost.
ability to grow globally,
Yep.
right? And actually at a rapid rate, isn't it?
And plus, it answers, remember the 3 criteria that I was talking about? It has to be simple, high proposition today, and global. Today, these 3 criteria are even more relevant than back 10 years ago when I wanted these 3 criteria. It's even more important in today's context.
Okay. So it's a global franchising business. So it's a platform that, so why will we look at entrepreneurship? I mean, we want to find the right platforms. You want to find partner, right? To build it with. Now, I just want to go back to Taufik, we all know that doctors earn generally than most people already.
A lot.
Okay lah, not bad lah.
So from what you're sharing, I assume you have bigger dreams than what you feel that your doctor life can give you, right?
Yeah.
But don't you feel that there are a lot of people out there who might go up to you and say, Dr. Taufik, you're such a waste, you're hard, the Singapore medical school is not easy to get in anyway, right?
Yeah.
And then you decide to branch out and do something else, and have you had people who say that to you?
Of course, so many. I cannot count with my hands. Too many already.
So what is your take on people on this, and why do you feel this is not a waste?
Okay, so I think it doesn't just apply to medical professionals or medical doctors, I think it applies to all professionals or all of us who went through a rigorous education system and, become specialists in our own fields. I'm sure we'll be faced like, oh, you've already built such a strong career and profession. Why do you want to waste all that education and experience into doing something like what some people may say, selling skincare, lotions and potions, right? So I would say it all depends on what are you looking for. There's no wrong or right. If you love being an employee working for others, fine, go ahead, do it. But for me, one of the reasons why I wanted to be a doctor was to help people, right? But the more I was putting myself into the job, the more I was losing myself. And I feel like if I can't help myself while helping others, then what am I doing? Because if you are losing yourself in the sense that you're more tired, you're at the expense of your health, your time with your loved ones, then you won't be an effective, professional or effective doctor. So I was looking for a proper way that I can still continue to help people, but I am not Mother Teresa. I am not going to start a charity and don't earn anything, because at the end of the day we still need to live a good life. We still need to want to spend time with our loved ones. We still have responsibilities. We have to pay the bills, and I don't want to, I still want to enjoy my life, because that's what I grew up. My mom taught me to work hard so that you can, have a good life, and we all deserve a good life. So I always believe that there will be something that can give me the good life, at the same time still be able to help a lot of people. And Nu Skin, this business was the best combination of both, because I get to help people. I do not forsake my own health, my own time, my own beauty, my own basically I get to grow even bigger and better, and while still growing with helping others as well. So yes, the money is also very good in Nu Skin. That's why I would do it, right? But behind it, there's so much more. As I've been doing this business for some time, there's so much more value behind it in terms of my own personal growth, and at the same time, the ability to help others, not just to transform with the products, but also transform personally in terms of personal growth. And that itself is so priceless for me.
Yeah, so a lot of times, actually, Taufik, I agree with you. A lot of times we try so hard and then we end up neglecting ourselves, right? Don't many of you feel that you're working very, very hard right now in whatever you're doing, right? And you're doing it mainly because you want to make sure you have a good life for the people around you, your family, your parents, your kids, right? And a lot of times we end up neglecting ourselves.
Yes.
right? Yeah. So yeah. So I always say that the primary person we have to take care of is ourselves first, because once we can take care of ourselves, generally we are taking care of our family. Because when we don't fall ill, when we have no problems with our finances, we don't have all these issues, actually our family doesn't have to bail us out.
Yes.
Right? I
Yes.
mean, the last thing you want is you're working so hard, and then after that, you collapse, and then
Oh, you're so tired and grumpy. Who will get it? Your family members. You will snap at them for no reason, which I did last time. Yes.
Okay. So Jean, many people will say that, hey, you talk so well, you look so good, and they'll say, I cannot do things like you, and especially this thing which seems like is sales, right? In fact, I think that's what you told me before, right? You cannot do sales, right? So maybe you can share a little bit about this and what changed for you, right? From the time whereby you told me you cannot do sales to right now, and you can share what you did.
Okay. I think it's so common because I was one of them. When I was told it's a new skin, right? Without knowing what exactly the whole business is, my first impression is, I can't do this. I'm a professional. I can't do sales. That's it. I'm sure a lot of you can relate, right? That's why Taufik say 2 years. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Right. So what really changed for me was I changed my understanding. From totally not knowing what new skin business is all about, right, to really understand it. So that was to me the biggest turning point, right? So and so when you don't understand the magnitude of this business, it is very easy to say it's a selling product kind of thing, right? And because of that, who wants to do? Even if I can talk very well, I don't want to come and do sales, right? And that's because you see a lot of your friends on the Facebook are sharing something, but that doesn't mean that's a business. That's just how they share a product, right? So but if you see, you understand the magnitude of this business, which is you, coming into this business, right? Partnering with Nu Skin, you are a founder of this business where you are going to build a global franchise business system, a solid long-term safety net, right? That will reward your effort for the rest of your life. Then this doesn't sound like a one-time sale kind of business. It is business, right? So if you understand the difference between you one-time selling versus you building a global sales and distribution flow, right? That is a system. That is different. The way you do the business will be very different, right? And guys, this is a people business, right? It is about connection. It is not how good you can sell. It doesn't work that way. It's about people's connection. You're building relationship in this business, right? Thus, the work is very different from you just selling a product. Yeah, Inket, back to you.
I think same goes for you, Taufik, right? You think you can do sales?
When first time I was approached, I was like, I don't like to do sales. I'm an introvert. My whole family is introverted, and now my whole family is doing the business. So it is not that because we are good or we love and doing sales. We were all introverted, and as a doctor, we don't have to do sales. Patients come to us, and I don't have to sell them medicine because they need it to just get it. So we don't have to do sales, and we always don't like all the drug right coming to sell medicine to us, and we don't like being like that because you are like as if you are begging people to buy your products. So I didn't like that. So like what Jean mentioned, is I had to learn how to overcome this fear. This fear that this is a sales business, which is, of course, you need to do some sales. I cannot say that you don't sell anything. It is a business. It's a real business. But at the same time, it is beyond, it's more than that. So of course, the first step is you need to learn how do you actually do sales using the skill base. Like what Jean mentioned, you understand the company, you understand the product, you use it, and then when you appreciate or you go through the transformation, it becomes natural for you to share. Not because you want to earn this person's money, but because you really believe that this product can change someone's life, and this business can transform people's lives as well.
Yeah. So I think there are a lot of people who actually are in this business, right? In fact, initially there was a lot of inertia because we thought it was doing sales, right?
Mm-hmm.
But interestingly, don't you think that if it's a business that is not viable, then your whole family won't be doing this business, Taufik, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. That's what a lot of my downlines tell me. The one reasons why they join is because they see my whole family doing it. So that's why they thought, must be something good, right? If the whole family is doing it.
Yeah, and it's a whole family of professionals. It's not like, right?
Yes, yes.
Right?
Like,
Your parents,
not, I don't have anything to do.
yeah, your parents have given you a very good education. You know, you all have actually, become very successful individuals yourself, right? So many professionals out there, Taufik, they always think they have a lot of options. Don't you think so?
Yes,
Right?
yes, yes.
And they think they don't have to do this because they feel, I can make it in doing many, many other things. True?
Yes.
So how do you make successful people or professionals actually see the value that they would actually want to consider doing this?
Yeah, that's a very good question. At the end of the day, right, like as mentioned before, everyone, first of all, you need to know what you want. And I must put a disclaimer. I can never make somebody do something they don't want to do, and I cannot convince them to do otherwise. And the beauty of this business is the opportunity to have this personal growth. So when I talk to a professional, basically we always talk about what does this person really want, in whether it's in life or whether it's just for the next few months, for a few years. And most of the time, Nu Skin has something that can offer what they're looking for, and then I match it for them. So, for example, if you're looking for extra income, sure, how much do you want to earn? Over how long? By when? Then I can show you how Nu Skin give you that. If you're looking for a business where you can start to earn leverage or passive income, how much? By when? I can also show you how Nu Skin can do that. If you want to have more time with your family, so on and so forth. So there's so many different things, and everyone has different things that they're looking for. And a lot of times, if let's say they're talking about changing industry or changing jobs, like what one of the leaders from Nu Skin said, Lilian Ong mentioned, it's like the different toilet, same shit. that's what she mentioned. Basically, if you don't like your job and then you move to another job, most of the time, and I experienced this because I also went through different so-called jobs, right? It might look good for a while, and then the whole thing will repeat again because it's still a job and you have no control over it. So if you're a professional and you're just going to change from one job to another job, I won't recommend that because it might look good now, but not forever. And if you decide to do a business, okay, then what kind of business do you want to start? How much money do you have? And how long can you last in a traditional business? No? And the best part is you're a professional, right? We are in a professional business. Nu Skin is a very professional business, and we are professionals. So why would you want to just sell things online when you can actually build a really solid professional business with us, with a very solid partner like Nu Skin? So these are the things that I share with them. And of course, eventually they have to go through their own journey of discovering about themselves, discovery about Nu Skin, like what Jean mentioned, learn more about the company, learn more about the products, like how I did. Then I fall in love with it. Then it's just like falling more and more in love with Nu Skin the more I find out about it.
Yeah. So I mean, for me, I saw that it was for me as an ordinary person, my best chance of getting out the rat race. I think that's the biggest ticket for me because I want that freedom, isn't it? Right? And the freedom of choice as well. So whether we want to practice as a medical professional or whether you don't want to, you have that choice and that freedom to decide. Yes. I think that one is priceless though. Yeah. So I just want to bring it because bring this back to this entrepreneurship topic today. Okay. And why do both of you think this is the time right now for entrepreneurship, especially with Nu Skin? So,
Jean, want to answer first?
ladies first.
Ladies first.
I think today we have all gone through a whole one round of world pandemic, right? Nobody has in this world has gone through a whole world lockdown at the same time, right? And I think we can all agree one of the things that we learn throughout is that change is constant. Any business that cannot change, adopt, and evolve fast, right, cannot survive, right? if you ask me why I think Nu Skin business plays an even more important role today, it's because one of the biggest competitive advantage that Nu Skin has, that Nu Skin has already been building from day one, is social commerce. All right. I'm going to touch a little bit about this social commerce, right? We all know today social media, e-commerce, gig economy, all this have created major disruption. At the same time, major opportunities in the world, right? Today, companies who can embrace social media will see tremendous growth, and one of them is Nu Skin, right? For those of you who don't know, the moment the world hit pandemic lockdown, Nu Skin business, 100% of Nu Skin business was conducted through online, all right? And none of our business was affected throughout until today. I still remember last year, March, when the whole world was locked down, my organization grew 70%. That month itself, when we have no idea what's going on, right? So if you ask me, if today you want to choose a business, you must be able to just come into this business, latch on its digital platform and grow. And Nu Skin has that, and it is much more relevant in today's context. Important.
How about you, Taufik? Why is it now is the time for entrepreneurship for somebody?
Yeah, I think like what Jin mentioned, 2020 threw us a big, what they call a wrench or something in the whole plans. A lot of people's plans were all disrupted. Okay. And so some people lost their jobs. Some people lost their businesses. Some people not even sure whether their jobs will continue. Some people get pay cuts. Some people get sent back to the country. So many things happen. So all the more we realize that we cannot just rely on this single source of income or the job, because no matter how good, people used to say pilots had the best job. People used to say, those hotel lines or something, they have the best jobs because people like to travel, so on and so forth. But see where we are now. So, and we can never tell what will happen next, what kind of jobs will be affected next. So how does Nu Skin comes in? Of course, in terms of entrepreneurship, now is the best time. But what kind of business, what kind of entrepreneurship, right? Because you can't just jump into a business that is going down because of all these changes. So why Nu Skin is the best time right now is because you want to start something that has no capital, no need for any liability. The only thing you need is just your action. And at the same time, you also must look into a business where you're going to the industry that is related to what's happening right now. So people are more conscious or more concerned about health more than before. People are more concerned about taking care of themselves. So we have the TNIT, we have the Ultimate Duo, we have the supplements to keep us healthy, and people are staying home to take care of their skin. And that's the beauty device industry. And the best part is Nu Skin is leading in these two areas. We are number one beauty device, we are number one weight management system. I mean, how can you even start a business on your own and compete? You can't. How can you even think of a business that is going to a going industry and you can compete with Nu Skin? And the best part is you don't have to compete with Nu Skin because you can ride on Nu Skin's platform. So that's already on the industry part. It's already the best time to join Nu Skin right now. On top of that, like what Jin mentioned about social commerce, I tell you, it's really amazing. And I also never imagined when COVID hit, all of us were worried about our business. All of us were worried, what's going to do? I cannot meet people. I cannot talk to them one-to-one. I cannot have seminars. I can all these things, But yeah, my business grew in the last year. It's crazy. I cannot even imagine how it happened. But this is what Nu Skin dedication is, because the moment it hits, they immediately already do things like waiving off delivery fees, making it easier for you to buy online, making it easier for you to market online. If your business, if you are a traditional business, you have to handle all these small things, all costs which add up to a lot. Imagine how much delivery costs you have to pay, for example. And in terms of social commerce, they are constantly making it easier and better for us to run the business, like setting up our own website. We have now my Nu Skin, which just makes it easier for everyone to go on it. We also have product offers and things like that, and they also have a lot of resources. So Nu Skin is really, you can see they're really dedicated to make it easier for us to really do well in the social commerce scene. You know, previously we feel that we need to meet somebody to talk about a package which is like $2,000, $4,000, and now you can do that online at home without wearing pants, and you can still do it. So it's amazing, and Nu Skin really supports all that. So that's why it's really the best time to come on board.
Okay. So I just want to bring both of you back to this thing called social commerce. Okay, I think it's important to talk about this because it is the way to go for any business. I mean, you think about it. If you have a business today and you don't even have a website, or you don't even have a Facebook, or you're not even present on social media, I don't think you will really, really very much have a business. Because, I mean, when I want to go to a restaurant, I will go and check for reviews.
Yeah.
I go and see a doctor. I will also check out the doctor first online, you know. Right? Don't you think so?
Yeah.
Reviews, I will check for all these things, right? So I want to bring back to this thing called social commerce. Now, as an ordinary person, and if I'm watching this now, I want to know, how can I use social commerce? I mean, how can I participate in social commerce with Nu Skin? So firstly, I think we all have already mentioned a little bit of how Nu Skin is positioned.
Yep.
Social commerce, right? Then it's difficult for me, who is new, to take part in this, you know. What's your view, you know, as a doctor? Are you trained to do social commerce? As a tax consultant, is it, you know, what special training do you need, or things like that? Maybe you can share. Is it difficult for somebody to take part in this immediately and see results?
Who was that? I can start.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I still remember I started doing or really promoting the business online using social media a few years back, and it was very difficult because, like I said, I'm an introvert. I don't like people knowing what I'm doing. I'm very private.
Private.
Yes, but not different, right? So
Now because he never wear pants now, so we don't know. You know.
yes, private, below here proper. So it was quite difficult for me because suddenly I'm like, I need to do this because this is my business.
Yeah.
And then when I started, it was awkward. I felt like I don't look good on screen. I felt like I sound very, very funny when I do a video. I just feel like this awkward little kid just trying to look cool and popular, you know. And that's how I started. And this is how I feel anyone who's not familiar on social media would feel.
Yeah.
But if you follow my social media now, some people may say I'm an expert, but I'm always nervous. And sometimes you just have to keep doing it more again and again and again, and you just get better and better. But I give you an example. TikTok is one of the newest social media and something that everybody should be on. And I was so hesitant to be on it because I was so scared. And imagine I'm already so familiar with Instagram, Facebook, and then TikTok. I've been delaying it for the longest time. I would say maybe a few months until I say, I think I have to do it. So when I started to do it, you have to decide, okay, I have to do it. Then I'll just do it lah. And then you just keep on doing it and doing it. And then before you know it, oh, people are actually watching it. People actually like it. Sometimes I cringe at my own videos, but somehow it works, you know. So the key thing is, if you want to build the business, of course, the good thing is you have uplines or you have mentors to guide you along how to get started. But the key thing is to just do it. And the more you do it, then you realize what works, what doesn't work. And the more you do it, they actually get more traction and more people following you.
Okay. Totally agree with you. I'm so inspired by you. You're on TikTok. I'm not even on TikTok yet. Okay, but just let me just. So, what is this whole social media? And people, you see, social selling and then social commerce. What is this thing that we're talking about? Are they the same thing, right? Okay, so social media is where conversations happen, where you post photos, where you share stories. That's social media. All right, a space for you to share things, right? Social selling is when your connections leads to sharing of a product or leads to a sales. It is where and how you take care of your customers, your product fans, or your brand lovers. All right. The social commerce is the entire experience. It includes this whole social media and social selling thing, right? It is where all these things happen and takes place. All right. And Nu Skin has this social commerce that takes care of everything from A to Z for your business. All right. So you're clear with that, right? So then back to this question, how do I build social commerce, right? I'm a nobody. I seldom post things, or even if you post things, right, you think, how am I suddenly going to use my social media to do new skin, right? So just to give you an idea, in 2018, I was just barely starting social media. I was also private. My account, if you search the name Jean Paul, you cannot find me. I'm private, all right? And I have only 60 friends. Okay, so the thing is this, but the good news is this, right? Social media is doable, it's learnable, and it's multipliable, it's duplicable. All right, what I mean is, it is totally fine if you feel uncomfortable right now, right? It's totally fine. But my thing is this, social media is really about you being the true authentic self. Everything you post is about you. If you don't know what to post, choose a topic that you're comfortable with. It can be cooking, it can be coffee, it can be your pet, it can be anything, but start first, right? So that was how I started. I never posted selfie. I hated posting a selfie. I was like, who does that? But once you start, you thought, hey, but the best thing you need to give, the thing is this, you need to give people a chance to get to know you, and it's through social media, right? And that, to me, it's very precious experience, right? It is about connecting with people you know, and letting people who don't know you get a chance to know you. This, to me, is important, right? Remember, I say it's about people connection. It's about you building a trust and relationship. And if today you don't use social media, how could you do this, right? And so the power of reach is about connecting, touching, and virtually speaking to a lot of people across different geography and across borders. It's only social media that can allow you to do that, right? So imagine today, you just simply, like it or not, you start by posting a simple photo with no expectation. But what you don't know is the magnitude of how this post can be shared by a friend, and the friend's friend shared by a friend and a friend. The reach is beyond your imagination. Just exactly, it's what this business is all about, right? So Yingkit, one of the questions you also asked about social media, how is Nu Skin positioned in this, right? Remember I said Nu Skin owns the social commerce, right? Two things. The product offering that Nu Skin has today is made for social sharing, right? Very simple, half face, lifted, share, right? It is made for you to do this business. Easy to engage, easy to share, easy to show. Secondly, is the distribution. From a distribution perspective, Nu Skin enables sharing. We have this platform. The moment you come in, you go global, and that can immediately connect to online purchases seamlessly. That is very powerful. Back to you.
Yeah. So I think what Dr. Taufik and Jean are both trying to say is that they can use the social setting, the social media setting, right, and turn it into income through Nu Skin. That's the key thing, through Nu Skin, because Nu Skin has the infrastructure set up such that people, when they get excited, they see what I mean, I posted about durians a few days ago, and then suddenly everybody asked me where to buy durian from, right?
Yes.
So, and then, but then what's it going to do with me? I just tell them, oh, you can go here and buy durian, right? Whereas now, if I post something that has benefited me and I feel can benefit people, people ask me how, or just with a virtual click of the button on my account, they can be connected to purchase within Nu Skin in my network, and it translates to an income to me immediately, right? So yes, social commerce is there, but do we have the platform for it? And this is where Nu Skin is positioned, because it allows you to work with them seamlessly, that you can build it straight away, right? So very powerful, right? So having gone through the pandemic for both of you, right? From a business point of view, why do you think this Nu Skin business is going to be more and more relevant as time goes by? You know?
Okay, so maybe I start.
Yes.
So I feel like I mentioned earlier, there's this more awareness about how the iron rice bowl is no longer iron. There's no more job security, and people are more open to having a gig or looking at opportunities. So it's perfectly fine to even have home-based businesses and having a business on top of your jobs.
Yeah.
So the awareness is there. And then now the question is, what can they do? So that's where new skin can come in, because it allows everyone, literally everyone. You don't have to be a professional. Even students can do this. Even retirees can do this. It's really open to anyone with just a desire to start a business and then just learn from there. So this is something that will definitely grow and grow. At the same time, we are talking about all these industries, the products that are something that is definitely growing. People are looking for it. Health, beauty, and new skin every single year is introducing newer and better and more innovative products. So if today your friends or your clients or your followers do not like whatever products you're sharing, maybe the next product they might be interested, and maybe the next product. So there's always what we call opportunity renewal. So it's like you will definitely grow whether you like it or not. All you need to do is just continue to be consistent and just do it.
And I just add on, entrepreneurship is going to be the new norm, guys. Right? Whether today you decide to do or not. Let me just give you a statistics that I recently read in a financial report. In US, just last year, in July alone, right? The people in US who have registered for new business, right, has increased 90% as compared to July last year. This is a fantastic number, which means today people are really taking the chance. While I'm working from home, I'm also building a business from home. Right? So if today you're thinking whether, hey, is it really for me? I say, what have you got to lose? Right? There is a huge global movement towards entrepreneurship.
Yep. I always feel that sometimes when people think of the word entrepreneurship, they get scared because it's something they were never schooled to do. They were never taught to do. So it's like a very scary thing, right? But actually, it's all about solving other people's problems.
Yes.
Any form of business, if you can solve another problem, you have a business.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So just a question for both of you, right? So Taufik, you did say that you work for people, right? That means you went through the employee kind of pathway, and now you transition to becoming your own boss here. What's the experience like? What's the expectations, or what sort of mindset should people have?
Okay. Wow. This is my favorite question or topic, because I also went through a lot of personal growth from transiting between being an employee to a business owner. And it's definitely not easy, but very, very worthwhile. It's really worthwhile, this transition and growth that I went through. So what you need, because as an employee, you just need to turn up, do your job and then go home. So anything the boss asks you, you either do or you crumble and do, right? So that's what an employee behaves. So if you transit from an employee to a business owner, it's different, because you cannot, for example, your upline tells you, oh, you should set a goal, you should become this, do this, do that. You cannot, if you have an employee mindset, be like, oh, why should I do it? Oh, so difficult. I don't think I can do it. Let's do it next year. So you are still stuck in the employee mindset, because you are grumbling as if it's your job. But if you are thinking like a boss, you will be different, because as a boss, maybe for someone who start a conventional business, they have no time to grumble, because they have to make sure they can pay the rent next month. They have to make sure that they can survive, just to survive. So it takes a lot of this mindset shift from employee to business owner. And the best way to grow is really to just do it. Work closely with your upline, work closely with what the new skin roadmap has laid out for you, and just be a good student and enjoy the process. Because a lot of times when I speak to my downlines, because they're all professionals, right? So sometimes they were like, but when I tell them, you should do this, but I'm not, but so there's a lot of buts come up. So there's a big wall. Every time I suggest they should do this, there's a big wall come up already. So you have to let your wall come down. You need to be open to learning, be coachable, and trust that whatever your upline advise you, right, is for your own good. Your upline won't be telling you to do something that will jeopardize your business, because that will jeopardize their business. So and sometimes your upline say something that hurts you, maybe it's time that you start to listen and change, because you're not accepting it, you're not changing. That's why you keep hearing the same thing. So for my personal growth, I feel like it's not just the mindset, but also the emotional aspect of it, because a lot of times it's a people business, so we get hurt emotionally, either from your rejections from your prospects, or even sometimes just communications with your team members. But when you learn how to handle your emotions well and lower your ego, you will be able to grow the business further and faster than you can ever imagine. So that's my.
Okay, so I think time is getting short. We have about nearly covered an hour. So Jean, I would like to ask you, I mean, if somebody is keen today, how can I start this business?
Okay, if you're keen today, if your gut feel says, hey, I think there's something here, right? I think the first thing first is to talk to the person who invite you here, understand the business, right? Really understand the business, quickly embark on the transformation products to transform yourself, and immediately, you can start this business through the social commerce with Nu Skin. It is very simple. This business, the simple it is, the faster you grow. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a very simple business. So whoever who showed you this video, right, speak to them, get to understand it a bit better. We actually use the products. So we are walking models of the products, right? And then we learn and then we share. And immediately we can get a business going. So any last advice for any of our participants here from Taufik or Jean?
I want to say, now is really the best time to start a business. And all you need to do is just get started. Stop thinking, stop considering, stop procrastinating. Just talk to the person who invite you here, sign up, start the product, and experience the products, and just enjoy the process. Because if you don't start, nothing will happen. Yeah.
And on top of that, I don't know if everyone feels the same, but 1 year ago and 1 year now, in Malaysia context, if you just look at the cases that's going on here, things are not getting better, right? And it's not the best time to do entrepreneurship. I would say it is the best time to plan ahead, and entrepreneurship is your best bet. Is your best bet.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. I would say thank you so much to our guest, Dr. Taufik, really for taking the time today, and for Jean for helping us today. And I think all of us have learned a lot from both of you, right? So thank you so much, everybody, and please speak to the person who showed you this video, and hopefully we can all work together, and let's get going and make 2021 even better than year 2020. Okay, thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.